Rangers look set to make a significant move involving a defensive figure, and the timing of the latest revelation has raised plenty of eyebrows. With plans for the new season in full swing, behind-the-scenes decisions are beginning to take shape, and this particular development could have a notable impact on the club's backline. As more details emerge, the picture is becoming clearer, and it looks like an agreement is now edging closer. So what has happened, and who is involved? Let's break it down, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Clinton Nsiala looks likely to be headed for the Rangers' exit door this summer. Russell Martin has opened the door for the 21-year-old to leave Ibrox just 1 year after he joined. He was omitted from the squad for Rangers' first pre-season game against Club Brugge yesterday. The match finished 2-2 at Ibrox. Nsiala joined the club on a free transfer from AC Milan last summer, but only made his debut due to an injury crisis in the defence earlier this year. The Frenchman became a regular under Philippe Clement before falling out of favour under Barry Ferguson during his interim spell in charge. Martin said, "Clinton, we signed Emmanuel, and I think Clinton's at a point at his age and his career, he needs to play all the time and every week. He's trained really well, but I think it's rather playing some part of the squad, a bit like last season. He's at a point now where he needs to go and play football, and he's the best way to learn. We've had a really good conversation, honest conversation, and he's trained really well. I think it was an area we wanted to strengthen centre-back anyway, and we will continue to strengthen. So, to let Clinton know the situation really early is probably the best for him to find the best opportunity to play football." Now in a huge defender deal, Twente and Schade have set a deadline to sign Pröpper. The Dutch club remain eager to secure the former captain, despite him starting for Rangers on the weekend. The defender made the starting lineup for Russell Martin's first official game as Rangers boss, a 2-2 draw against Club Brugge. However, his future at Ibrox remains uncertain, with Rangers reportedly looking for replacements. Twente sports director Jan Strooijer has named Pröpper as one of their 3 main summer targets. Strooijer said, "There is no clarity yet with Robin, but we hope to get it very soon. We have money to buy players." He added that Twente are also on the lookout for a commanding attacking midfielder and a very good left winger. He said, "We are doing it differently now. It is better to be aggressive in the transfer market. You have certain players in mind and you want to make the right choice." In other news, PSV boss Peter Bosz admits he has spoken to Luuk de Jong about a possible move to Rangers. Reports have linked the 34-year-old to Ibrox on a free transfer after his deal at the Dutch Giants ran out, although they have offered him a new one. Bosz would love to keep the Netherlands international. About the player is still taking time to think over his decision. However, he was claimed to be open to signing for Rangers. The PSV boss has remained in regular contact with de Jong and explained how the Rangers links had made it into the conversation. He told The Telegraph, "He knows that I would really like to keep him. I did talk to him about that on the phone. I don't want to bombard him with messages. I don't want to tire him with that. He knows what I think of him, what the club thinks of him, so he knows how much we want to keep him." In other news, Matondo's return to Rangers pre-season training has been delayed due to injury. The 24-year-old winger spent the second half of last season on loan at Hanover in the German second division. RFC News understands Matondo, who has 1 year left on a 4-year contract that he signed at Ibrox in the summer of 2022, is expected back in August following a minor procedure on his knee over the summer. The winger scored on his debut for Hanover during a 2-2 draw with Hamburg last season, but would go on to play a little over 300 minutes in the Bundesliga too. The Welsh international, who last played for Rangers in a 1-1 draw against Dundee this January, joined from Schalke in 2022. Matondo has struggled with injuries consistently since moving to Glasgow, missing 4 months of the 2024/25 campaign due to a hamstring issue sustained in the first Old Firm game of the season. Rangers remain active in the transfer market as they look to strengthen their wide options ahead of the new campaign. Oscar Cortez and Finlay Curtis were both bright as Russell Martin's side earned a 2-2 draw with Club Brugge on Sunday. However, with the new head coach intent on utilising touchline-hugging wingers, it is an area of the squad in which he and sporting director Kevin Thelwell will seek to improve before the window closes in September. The club have added Joe Rothwell, Lyle Cameron, Max Aarons, Emmanuel Fernandez and Thelo Asgar to Martin's team so far, with a deal to bring Wolves defender Nasa Jager to Ibrox on loan close to completion. In other news, Rangers' search for attacking reinforcements has taken an intriguing turn, with fresh reports from Brazil linking the club to Maccabi Tel Aviv forward Wesley Patati. While much of the recent attention has centered around Dor Turgeman, it's now his 21-year-old teammate who is reportedly catching the eye of the Ibrox recruitment team. Nicknamed the Brazilian Magician by supporters, Patati enjoyed a standout debut season in Israel after arriving from Santos, scoring 13 goals and registering 10 assists. Comfortable across the front line, but particularly effective cutting in from the right, he fits the profile Rangers are believed to be targeting as they look to replace Václav Černý. The Glasgow club have been busy in the early stages of the window, landing Thelo Asgar and Emmanuel Fernandez in a combined £6 million deal, while also adding Max Aarons and Joe Rothwell. A move for Connor Cody is close, but further additions in attack remain a priority. Patati is one of several names under consideration, alongside the likes of Turgeman and even veteran forward Jamie Vardy. Interest in Patati, however, extends well beyond Ibrox. AZ Alkmaar, Spanish outfit Girona, and UAE sides Al Wahda and Al Ain are all said to be tracking him, with multiple bids of around £3.5 million already lodged. Maccabi Tel Aviv have rejected those approaches, reportedly holding out for closer to £8.6 million, largely due to a 40% sell-on clause owed to Santos. Adding further complexity is the uncertainty around Turgeman's future. Maccabi are reluctant to lose both of their prized forwards in the same window and view Patati as central to their plans should Turgeman depart. But with strong interest gathering across Europe and the Middle East, Rangers may face a battle if they decide to make a concrete move. In other news, Russell Martin has addressed speculation surrounding Jamie Vardy and a move to Rangers. The head coach was asked about the former Leicester City and England striker following Rangers' 2-2 draw against Club Brugge at Ibrox yesterday afternoon. Speculation has intensified in recent days, linking the Scottish Premiership giants with the 38-year-old. Vardy has been without a club since the expiry of his Leicester contract at the beginning of the month. Reports in Italy this morning suggested that he'd knocked back a move to Genoa in favour of joining Martin's men. However, when asked directly about the experienced frontman, the Rangers manager understandably remained coy on the subject. He responded, "I think like I've been asked about so many players, some miles away, some on the money. I'm not going to give you an answer on that. But I guess you'll find out who is real and who's not in the next few weeks. With just over 2 weeks to go until the first leg of the Champions League qualifier against Panathinaikos, Martin did admit he expects his first team squad to look rather different by that point in proceedings, although refused to answer just how many additions could be made. I expect the team to look different again, the squad to look different in a week's time, but in a couple of weeks, so much can happen in football. So I don't know," the 39-year-old said. "So I think we definitely want to do more for sure. And also probably some players need to move on as well at some point because the squad's going to start looking very big and very heavy. I don't know is the answer, but it will definitely look different in a week's time." But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so make sure you join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.